Well, good morning, Nigeria. It's time to get out of bed.
Yes,
Wake Up
is.
Nigeria starts now.
Yes, indeed. There's only one way to start your day the right way, and that's by joining us for the next couple of hours. Oh, it's actually a bit more than a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours, 45 minutes. But who's counting?
Yeah.
You're going to be with us this early, Momo.
Yes,
and we're
indeed.
here with you every single morning.
Yes, indeed. Of course, we usually like to start our day. But what I do with my favorite beverage, which is coffee. Black coffee, lots of sugar.
Omo. But have they ever called you that before, though? Black
What?
coffee, lots of sugar. Yeah. Yes, I went there.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
I know. But it's great. I'm
Putting
feeling
out
great.
vibes that people, anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, it was tweeted. I just read what they tweeted. It's all about having a great feeling this morning. Nothing beats that feeling, knowing that the day is going to be really, really bright.
Yes,
and
indeed.
super.
Yes, indeed. That's exactly why we're here for you. And my name is Yemi Obe.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Please stream with us. We're live streaming on tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yeah, across our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria if you want to send us comments, talk about what's going on our show,
Yes,
her new
indeed.
hair.
Oh, wow.
You know, like you never know the
Wow.
color of hair Titi is going to show up with on a Monday.
Or how long it's going to be.
Exactly.
Well, today is Wednesday.
So use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria when you sign.
But we need you to, be right there with us throughout. So if you have the chance, in fact, just stop what you're doing right now. Go to the Android Play Store or the iOS Store to download our app from your mobile device. And of course, from anywhere in the world, you will be able to see us.
Straight to this morning's highlights.
We have some music, as we have Afro-pop musician and music producer Gordon Chukwuneku Okonye. I hope I got that right.
AKA GCN.
And then we have tech. Of course, Mike has much more on digital advertising for small businesses this week.
And check it out. For the first time on the show, we have a double take on book chats. Very nice, very nice. 2 authors are going to be joining us today. And one of them is the author of Perfect Teens Do Not Exist, or Do Exist, whichever one you want to choose. Agbenga Obakin. And the author of the book Millennium Perspectives, Honorable Segun Olulade.
Amazing. Michelle Okpare is an expressionist artist, and of course, she has this love of exploring vibrant colors. We're gonna look at some of her works later on our art display.
And finally, we have actor Ella Festus Ogbenro, who started acting in theater and then moved on to movies. She's going to be joining us today.
Faithful.
What time do I have to make fresh food every day?
Well,
Do you make that demand, though? Do you make that demand?
everyday fresh food.
Yeah.
No comment.
I like that.
I'm very
I like
choosy about food, though.
Oh,
so
really?
I don't eat
just anything.
Yeah, just anything. Yeah,
Speaking of food, I don't know, like for some reason, there's just a lot of boring food out there. When I say boring food, I mean very basic stuff. So the average, maybe let's say banker or someone in the corporate world goes to work every day, goes to the canteen or to a local restaurant and orders rice. Like.
So I think
basic.
rice is just like a safety a safety net when it comes to food. So when you walk into a place and then you just see all manners of confusing things, you say, you know what? Give me rice.
Just give me rice.
Even in a fancy restaurant, you just ask for rice because sometimes it's just safe.
Okay.
So I guess that's why.
But
Most
why
people do
aren't we exploring more? Is it the fear of maybe going home with a runny tummy?
I don't know.
Or something happening?
But globally, I think rice is a global staple for most countries. Not all countries, but yeah, most countries would eat rice at one time or the
There
other.
was so I have this parenting group where there's a mom. There is a mom rather, and she has like an 18-month-old who just doesn't like rice, and she's asking, how do I get him to start eating rice? I'm like, wait, there are other foods now. And she's like, but he doesn't like rice. I'm
That's
like,
the main thing.
wait, Try other things. Does he
yeah,
eat everything else?
Yeah, she makes
he
rice
does.
with carrots or
Yeah.
peas or
Vegetables
something like
or
that.
something.
Yeah, I'm sure that one way or the other
But
they'll find a way to like it. Anyway.
That's one of the reasons why I love Wake Up Nigeria, because once we bring on a chef, we know that they're going to give you something different to work with.
Exactly. From maybe a different country.
They spice it up for us. Speaking of spicing things up, we'll be doing that after we take the news.
All right, welcome to the news. The Nigerian Army is set to commence simultaneous routine training exercise in the various geopolitical zones in the country. Operation tagged Ayem Akpatuma 2 will take place in the north-central and parts of northwestern states of Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, and Taraba, as well as Kaduna and Niger states. Egu Eke 4 will be carried out in the southeastern part of Nigeria, comprising Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo State in 82 division area of responsibility. At the same time, Operation Crocodile Smile 4 will as usual take place in the south and part of southwestern states of Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Lagos, Ogun State. The Army will also be involved in Operation Positive Identification across the nation, designed to checkmate bandits, kidnappers, armed robbers, and other sundry crimes across the various regions of Nigeria. The lighter side of the activities is the Nigerian Army Women Corps confidence-building patrols in some selected locations in Nigeria. Community outreaches such as free medical and educational outreach will be accompanied by rehabilitation of dilapidated roads and other infrastructure in selected communities. A statement signed by Acting Director Army Public Relations Colonel Sagir Musa indicates that these activities will commence on the 7th of October through the 24th of December. And Ondo State government has presented 20 new official vehicles to the state judges. Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who was represented by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Donald Ojogo, said the step was taken to enhance activities in the judiciary sector. The governor said no effort will be too much to invest as far as the welfare of the judiciary institution is concerned, presenting the vehicle's particulars and keys to the state's Chief Judge, Justice Olutoyin Akeredolu, the Permanent Secretary, General Administration Department, Governor's Office. Mr. Johnson Olale expressed hope that the vehicle would improve productivity. And Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says he's ready to waive his constitutional immunity to enable the most robust adjudication of several allegations against his person in office. He has also started legal action against two persons his office accuses of making the claims he calls baseless. Let me read you some tweets from the Vice President's personal handle. It says, in the past few days, a spate of reckless and malicious falsehoods have been peddled in the media against me by a group of malicious individuals. The defamatory and misleading assertions invented by this clique had mostly been making the social media rounds anonymously. I have today instructed the commencement of legal action against two individuals, one Timi Frank and another Catch Ononuju, who have put their names to these odious falsehoods. I will waive my constitutional immunity to enable the most robust adjudication of these claims of libel and malicious falsehood, unquote. And cultism and land grabbing may soon be a thing of the past at Lekki Ajah area of Lagos if what the police say is anything to go by. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano was at a stakeholders meeting with the state's Commissioner of Police to strengthen community policing in the area.
Online database portal Numbel, the crime rate in Lagos stands at 65.24%, while the safety index is 34.75%. These figures are worrisome. This high-brow area has witnessed an upward swing in crime in recent times, and now the police is meeting with residents to address the issue. With such staggering number, the police believes creating a cordial relationship with their host communities is important. This is the first time the Commissioner of Police is meeting with them, and the residents didn't hold their concerns as they took him on their safety.
When you pass information about a miscreant or all those crime to police, not all of them manage it well.
When we had the xenophobic attack and ShopRite in Shongotedo was looted by miscreants, we were unable to see policemen handle this situation with proper riot gadgets.
You talk about discipline. A hearing officer once they know that they've committed an offense, all they need to do is just transfer it to another state, and that's the end of the case.
His response was reassuring. He says now his lieutenants must run an open door policy for all residents.
Action the DPO is going to take in your area, as far as policing is concerned, that action must have the consent of the people of that area. So we are expected to work hand in gloves, hand in hand with our police officers wherever they are.
Community policing also requires the police to be divided in beats in neighborhoods. So you have police officers that are assigned to specific neighborhood and communities, and they stay there over a long period of time to enable them to know the communities, for community members to know them and be comfortable.
In UK, every state, I think, has a policeman. And if you're a stranger on that street, they spot you. And they know the names of everybody on that street.
As the meeting ends, the residents depart. They hope the police boss words won't be a mere rhetorics, but will be backed with concrete action. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
That's the news update for this hour. Stay tuned for another update.
Mike, looks like we're starting with The Guardian.
Yes, we are. And the first thing that pops out on the cover of The Guardian is the picture. And it does seem like DJ Cuppy in the center of the photo story there is right there at the New York Stock Exchange opening bell alongside the vice president of the New York Stock Exchange. Now, that's a picture that you put on your wall, you know. We also have the headline, Osinbajo, the fight back begins. I will waive immunity to clear my name, says VP. Vows to prosecute Frank Ononuju for peddling falsehood. Media house retracts story on alleged corruption. Lawyers differ over renunciation of legal protection. It also says here, hope rises for 2020 budget as Buhari submits MTEF FSP to Senate. Government plans 9.12 trillion naira deficit budget for new fiscal year. Lawmakers urge president to end border closure. Just under the masthead here, it says FEC okays 314 billion naira for road education projects. It also says many feared killed as kidnappers lay siege to Lokoja Abuja Road. And finally, investment in stocks growing despite economic challenges, says the NSC president. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
Yeah, let's check out the Vanguard. Resurgent insecurity. ESWAP beheads aid worker, blames action on federal government, and threatens to kill the 5 remaining kidnapped aid workers. And leader of Bayelsa butchers assassinated in Yenagoa as kidnappers fire at a Abuja-bound car in Kogi and kill all occupants. And ASP among deceased, says Kogi CP. Now up here we have some other stories. 90 billion naira corruption allegation. I'll waive my immunity to defend myself, what Osinbajo says. And NRC Managing Director Okiria's wife, Francisca, kidnapped in Edo. And NICOM okays 26 insurers to proceed with recapitalization. And at the bottom here, a couple of other stories. Southwest labor leaders reject partial minimum wage. And Army begins another Operation Python Dance, Crocodile Smile, others on October 7. And PNID, $9.6 billion judgment, debt. Ex-director Tiger secures 10 million naira bail. Ndukuba is new Anglican church primate. That's a story on page 10. Finally, Senate receives 2020 to 2022 MTEF FSP documents from Buhari. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
We also have the Punch newspaper standing by. It says here, PNID says no negotiations. Legal battle resumes today. That's on the $9.6 billion judgment. Suggestion that negotiations have commenced is false, incorrect, it says. Federal government delegation in last-minute meetings with lawyers, stakeholders. It also says right at the top here, grid records 100 system collapses despite $1.6 billion intervention. Federal government proposes 9.12 trillion naira budget, targets 7.17 trillion VAT and others. Presidency, why Buhari answered question from prepared speech. And I'll waive immunity, clear my name on 90 billion naira poll fund, says Osinbajo. Showore meets bail condition, awaits release. Presidential Tribunal, NBC accuses AIT of deliberate mischief. Just below the photo story here, it says federal government declares Tuesday Independence Day holiday. Police accuse lawyer of plot to kill Kashamu, and Ogun worker rapes colleague to death and keeps corpse. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
Let's look at the Nigerian Tribune. Osinbajo talks tough, ready to waive immunity. I'll waive my constitutional immunity to enable the most robust adjudication of these claims of libel and malicious falsehood. Buhari transmits 3-year fiscal plan to National Assembly, proposes 9.7 trillion naira for 2020. Army closes offices of Second Aid Group in Northeast. I have freed about 420 hostages from bandits without ransom. And there's a troubling story here. Many killed as suspected kidnappers attack Abuja-bound bus in Kogi. And we have photographs there, photographs of 3 victims from the attack which took place yesterday. And some other stories. I used to be cart pusher, once dropped out of school at Degborua, who's an SAN. And finally, Ndukuba becomes primate-elect of Anglican Church. And that's what we have on the cover of the Tribune. I think we have time for just one more.
Yeah, I think that's all we can take as of right now.
Okay.
We have to take a quick break, but when we get back, we're going to be giving you the traffic update as it is in Lagos.
Good morning and thank you for staying tuned. It is time for Lagos traffic updates on Wake Up Nigeria. If you're new to this, we are here to ensure that you get to your destination safe and sound and at the quickest time possible, of course. So you may tweet at us or drop a message on our social media handles using the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. So let's know what your traffic status is. You know, you could help many get to their destinations effectively as well. And oh yes, take a traffic selfie if you can. That's if you're not behind the wheel, though. All right, so let's take a look at the traffic situation. This morning, I will be starting from Maryland, okay? So we'll take it from Maryland to CMS. Now, this morning, from what I can see, the traffic situation right now isn't so bad, okay? So if you're heading to CMS from Maryland this morning, it will take you just about 35 minutes. Yeah, just about 35 minutes. So just prepare your mind for that. From what I can see here, that's me being conservative though. So just prepare your mind for 35 minutes. The traffic is very good at this moment. I do not know whether the map is giving me the right thing because all the locations aren't loading. But from what I can see here right now, it will take you less than 35 minutes. If anyone has anything to the contrary, guys, please let me know. So that's for Maryland bus stop to CMS this morning. Now, let's take a look at Ile-Epo bus stop. Now, Ile-Epo bus stop all the way to Oshodi this morning. Let's take a look at what the situation is like around that axis. Okay, so coming out from Ile-Epo this morning, you would see, you would experience a bit of traffic from what I can see. So just prepare your mind for that. It will take you less than an hour though, which isn't so bad considering how the situation usually is around there. Today is Thursday, so it's expected that the traffic will be very light. And it's not doing so badly either. As a matter of fact, from Ile-Epo to Oshodi should take you plus or minus about 49 minutes, depending on if you set out now, okay? The road is mostly free at the moment. In fact, there's just pockets of traffic, except, of course, the Ikeja long axis. That's where you would experience the major traffic, which is usually the case around there. Okay, so guys, do you have any tweets for me?
Yeah, so you mentioned Ikeja long, but, you know, the tweets I'm seeing here as about 30 minutes ago, both ways going quite free. It might have changed in that time.
Yeah, that's usually the thing with late
traffic.
tweets.
Yeah. And there is...
What I see here now, there's already traffic congestion. The gridlock has begun around that axis.
Of course. So things can change. So any advice we're giving you right now is something you need to act on right now. If you're about to leave the house right now, is that's how the traffic's going to look. But there are some pictures of very free-flowing traffic from different parts of Lagos. That's what I'm seeing online. Do you have anything?
Yeah, no, nothing online except for people complaining about the bad roads at some major bus stops along Ikorodu Road, Ojota especially. Those bad spots are really causing a backlog of traffic and gridlock as well because everybody's just taking their time to go through the major potholes. At Ojota specifically, there's this crater on the service lane that just totally blocks movement of traffic. So we need to look into that.
Yesterday, there was actually a truck that also broke down, and the crater itself. So the whole place was just jammed yesterday going through Ojota. Hopefully, they've sorted all that out. But we really need someone to
Some
look
intervention.
into it. Yeah.
Some intervention is required in Ojota.
All right, guys, thank you so much for the updates. Well, I was going to mention Oronshoki to Obalende. There's quite a bit of traffic in that axis. So if you've already set out, it's a good thing you're already on that route. You should get to your destination in no time. But if you're just about to set out, prepare your mind for the possibility of the traffic having worsened by the time you get on the road. And please, let's always remember to have consideration for other road users. Drive carefully, okay? And be very patient as well. Patience does save a lot. Time, energy, saves you from expenses as well. We have a lot to discuss talking about different issues. So I'm going to join the guys now in the kitchen.
All right. Thanks so much, Mary, for that traffic update.
Mike's shirt is like extra colorful today. I'm liking this. Really, I don't know, just pops.
Yeah,
I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
Pops.
Discussion. Okay, so the colors of the shirt. Have you seen a kaleidoscope before? You've ever looked through a kaleidoscope?
Yeah, I do remember.
It triggers for some people. You know, when we're talking about the iPhone and what's it now, trypophobia and all of that. But you know, kaleidoscopes trigger some sort of things in different kinds of people because you know it's all about colors, changing patterns and all of that in front of you and all of that. So,
so what does this color trigger for you this morning that you picked it this morning?
Trigger? No, I'm
doesn't
not.
Trigger anything.
It doesn't trigger.
I thought that was where you were going with this.
I am the trigger.
So yesterday I was looking online. I saw a bunch of people who were tweeting about the Bolt taxi service.
Oh, okay.
And people were taking down their cards from the app and saying that it's been hacked.
Whoa.
And eventually, you know, it was just, I think, misplaced fears or whatever.
It was misplaced
or what
too.
they call it, fake news.
Misplaced. So they said it wasn't hacked, but I also got a debit, right? And it's not the first time it's happening, right? So they stated, or Bolt put out an official statement that it's from their card. Do you understand? Their card services, you know, that it's not them. They don't keep a record or they don't keep details. They can't do that. So if there's any issue, it's coming from the card service. But yes, a number of people, myself included, got some debits that were very funny.
Okay, so was it Nigeria or international? Because it is an international company.
But it's a Nigerian branch now.
The Nigerian branch.
So basically, and a lot, there were so many people. Some people received about 6, 7 alerts.
Oh, come on.
For when they had not even gone out. 6,
Wow.
7, 8. So people were rushing to take out cards and all of that.
Goodness me.
So
That's
yes,
crazy.
it does happen. There are some, it does happen. They put out a statement that it's not a hack. It's from their card service provider, but it did happen, and it's even to me. I mean, there's a particular account where, so something like this has happened on another app. So what happens is that the cards I use on this app, I don't put anything on it, right, until I want to.
Yeah.
Go. But this particular time, they even debited to minus.
For real?
So that my
minus
account now is on minus.
No
my
way.
account.
Okay.
So you can. It was a force.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Force.
You know, force. It happens at times when maybe there's an order that is very important, right? And that order is hanging. For it to go into your account and you get a minus debit, that means that it's a brute force kind of this thing. So that's what happened to me. So my account now on that particular this thing is on a minus.
In those kind of situations, what usually occurs is someone somewhere is up to something.
Yeah, something.
Now, the idea, just as he said, is when you're putting money on a card you use for online transactions, it's recommended that you make sure that card is dedicated for online transactions. It's when you want to make use
of it that you
now
in.
put money in it. Doesn't mean that you will still not have your account
minus.
debited to minus.
So
it happens.
It's an error, and it's quite serious. I feel that something should be done.
Some
They
people that
have
lost
to
a lot of
investigate.
money.
They have to go and do stuff. I mean, for crying out loud. So.
People use these services a lot now, so the truth is that people are relying on these services more and more and more, you know, than many other transport services. That's the issue. But when it comes to anything that comes to money in Nigeria, people are already skeptics. So I'm just like, you know what? Have your wits about you and just take some precautions, or maybe change your password.
Be very
or something
careful.
like
Just
that.
ensure that.
If you change your password on your card right now, it should.
No, it won't.
The money has been
So
removed.
the card, once the card is on the app, it's on the app. So when it's used, it's directly debited when you use it. So it's not.
It's not.
It's not a password thing.
So, but why I was just scared now is when it's money minus. So that means even taking out money is not a while. So really, for now, the best thing is to take out the card.
Yeah.
For now. Yes. If they can debit me up to a point where it's a minus, then just take out the card for now.
For now, yeah.
Yes.
There was a there was a
Advice.
story I saw. I actually heard it on the radio. Big shout out to Big Tack and Shady K. They were talking about this yesterday evening.
Who are they?
About their radio hosts.
Okay.
But the thing is, they were talking about a story where a pregnant patient. So 2 pregnant women went into a particular hospital in Korea.
That story has actually been everywhere since
Yeah,
day before
but
yesterday.
I know, but the thing is, one particular doctor got the wrong information about this patient.
Who was supposed to do stuff.
And so he was supposed to perform an abortion on one particular patient and not on the other, and he performed the abortion on the wrong patient. Can you imagine?
You know,
Can you just imagine?
It happens like, see, there are movies where we've seen where people want to be mischievous and they take out a card.
Yeah,
and
just exchange it.
Exchange a card from one patient into another. It's almost like how we do production here. So a producer could come today, put up everything they need for tomorrow, and leave. But it's set up in such a way that somebody else that has another shift can come in and take it away. That's how it's done. So probably, so a doctor that didn't receive them, it's probably the one that's let, okay, hey, this person, operation, this person, not this person, not this person. And then the next person comes, it mix up. It happens quite a lot.
But that's on another level of a God forbid things.
True.
That's on another level of your people from the village, they chase you. Because, seriously,
I agree,
fine. Okay, so negligence is one thing.
Who exactly are the people from the village chasing? Is it the doctor or the
No,
patient?
I'm just saying that the patient that had to go through that, she didn't even realize what had happened.
Yeah.
She went back to the hospital complaining of some kind of discharge or whatever. And they told her that this was actually performed on her. And it was probably like, didn't you know this was going to happen after you went through this procedure?
Oh, right, okay.
And she's like, I did not order any such procedure. You know,
that's
like
terrible.
It was terrible.
The life of that police.
Honestly.
The kind of suit that will come, eh?
This kind of lawsuit, like lawyers would actually sign up for free.
As it?
Especially if it's a major hospital, that you wouldn't want that kind of...
you just drop it
The
off.
person that didn't want her own still has...
And she can give her hers when she gives birth.
Mary.
Wait, you know something.
No, but
Unless a doctor has told you that it's unwise to have a child, I believe abortion is a very personal thing to me.
Of course.
I know quite well that these days it's almost a common thing.
Well, it's illegal in Nigeria.
It's actually still illegal
so
in Nigeria.
Didn't happen in Nigeria, obviously. But the issue now is the negligence of it.
Negligence happens everywhere.
Medical negligence,
I'm not
I think,
making
is the main
excuses,
issue.
though.
It is, though.
Anyway, we do have to round off now, and we'll be back with birthday shout-outs after this break.
You know that?
Yep, GCN, our performance this morning. There's nothing like a performance on Wake Up Nigeria. You know how we do it. His name is Gordon Chukwuneke Okonye, who's popularly known as GCN. He's a versatile musician and music producer who's known for his passion and love for music. He has a unique style of Afro-pop that runs with the slogan Lekwa. What does that mean?
All right, Lekwa, I'm from Ukwale. Yeah, like Delta State, Ukwale.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that in my place, I've got no celebrity. Yeah, like, or like when you listen to Yanya, you know for Calabar, when you listen to
I understand what you mean.
Latin, you know Yoruba, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's just like a reminder to my ears. When you say Lekwa, the only thing that comes to my head is putting my city on the map. You get
Nice.
So that's why I just had to just put that as a slogan for something
you.
like a remembrance. Yeah.
When did this slogan come in for you?
Very very long time. I can't even recall.
As early as when you started music, that's like when?
Professionally like 4 years, but I've been singing for like I can't even tell. You know.
Okay, so how far have you gone in your own by your ratings? How far have you gone with putting yourself on the map? What you want to do?
Yeah, I've been trying to work hard, and I've been doing the hustle for a very long time. That before I got signed to XML and all of that. So I think
you're signed now to record.
Yeah, I think,
that's good. That's good.
So I think the spirit, the hustle spirit, made me, took me from where I was to like standing in front of the TV.
Great one.
Yeah.
So what are you performing for us today?
Yeah, I think I'm performing No Joke for you guys.
What?
No Joke, that's my
No
new
Joke.
single. Yeah.
All right, so what's there? What's it about, No Joke?
It's a love song,
A love song, okay.
Yeah. Inspired by a gay as always.
I wouldn't have thought that GCN would be someone that would do love and all of that. Okay.
My look, yeah.
No, not your look. Maybe I would have been thinking something rappy or some some kind of thing. But lover boy. Okay, so what's the story? She broke your heart or what?
No, she never believed in the love like the love I give to her. She never believed in that love.
Yeah, that's something. That's the truth. Some of you girls, some guys are like GCN giving you love, real love, but you now think he's a player, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Are you a player?
No, I'm not. I'm this straightforward guy.
So which player will ever say he's a player? All right, GCN, take it away.
All right.
My pillow, till eternity you no go cry one day. Yeah. Like we do. Say mosquito no go bite you. You are my too. You no go lose if you dey by my side.
if it's music, check. Lifestyle, check. Art, check. Entertainment, check, check,
Books.
check.
Books.
Double check.
Yeah.
Books, check. Everything. Your one-stop entertainment breakfast show.
Yes, indeed. A beautiful Thursday morning to you.
Yes.
1 hour has gone by already. And if you like what you saw in the first hour, the performance, everything else,
Yeah.
then stick around for an hour, 45 minutes more.
Now,
and we'll give you something really, really great on the
There's
show.
so many reasons to say thank you, but we love to thank you for starting your day with us. You know, there's a couple of things we have lined up for you, so hey, we'll get on it in a bit.
Yes, indeed. Let's get to it. My name is Yemi Owope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Please stream with us. We're live streaming at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Please send in those comments, y'all. Send them in.
Yeah, send them in across our social media platforms. Of course, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
That app that we keep talking about every day, there's a reason why we're talking about it. You're going to have a blast once you download it from Android and iOS stores. Use this app to watch us from anywhere in the world, yo.
Yeah, and of course, we've got a chef in the kitchen. Chef Nathaniel is back with us today.
Yes, sir.
And with Mary.
Very reliable.
Yes, sir. Today we are doing street food.
Yeah.
So
Street
that makes
food.
it easier for me to eat everything in the kitchen this morning.
Taking it to the streets. Very
Yes,
nice.
so taking it to the street.
Street food.
Yes.
Isn't
So,
that like
Titi,
another...
how much do you want? Start asking
No.
now.
What, street food, isn't that junk food though? Like junk food?
Yeah, well, not necessarily.
Not
What are you
necessarily.
talking about?
Street food? Okay, I
You
don't
heard
know.
that,
I'm just trying
right?
to
So if I
find
decide
another
not to
word
give her
for street
breakfast,
food.
you understand?
Justice.
No wahala.
Junk food is still
I'm sure,
food.
I'm sure you can find junk food in restaurants as well.
Well,
Don't
true,
mind that.
True.
Don't mind that. This
See me forming like I don't eat junk food.
Mary's not an argument. I don't understand.
Yummy.
Is she in the kitchen today?
It's too early. Yeah, yes, I'm in the kitchen. Do you want to come and take over?
Wow. Wow.
I'm
Calm
fine.
down, guys.
I'm
Calm
fine.
down.
We all know my favorite chef.
Chef Nathaniel, see what you've caused. See what you've caused, though. All right.
Don't worry.
And on tech this morning, Mike has some more on digital advertising for SMEs.
And for the first time on the show, we have a double take on book chats, as we're going to be joined by the authors of Perfect Teens Do Not Exist. Now, the not is in brackets there. Benga Obaki is the author of that book.
And of course, the author of the book Millennial Perspectives from Honorable Segun Olulade.
Finally, we have actor Eloha Festus Ogbenro, who started acting in the theater at a tender age. Now she's taking onto the screen.
Honestly.
At this hour.
But
Mike, what brought you here at this hour? 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
What about me at this hour? But the fact that you ask yourself,
So you can afford a new room.
I remember when this.
For that
I
flooded
remember when this show.
but the fact you ask it,
What?
I remember when this show first started,
yeah.
and they said, "Oh, he said we'll come and pick you up in the morning." They didn't give me the time. And suddenly, 3:45 a.m.
You're getting a call.
The phone is ringing. I'm like, I don't understand. What?
Yeah.
I was still in bed. I was like, you know what?
I'll find my way.
Just go ahead and
Yeah.
yeah. It was just crazy.
Yeah, it can be crazy every morning, and then, but life still continues. So life is happening when we are supposed to get to bed so that we can wake up early enough. So sometimes we end up staying up late to catch up with what everybody else is doing. So a lot of people think, oh, you guys must be going to bed at 10 p.m. Sometimes it's not that easy.
Yeah, because for me, like, you know, there's some people, or maybe it's because of how we've lived for a very long time, and no matter how early you try to go to bed, sleep might not come until a particular time.
Yeah.
And that's because of your body,
Yeah,
your
body
metabolism and all
begins to
that.
adjust,
Your body is that way. It's kind of hard to push it and try to... Yeah, sometimes it happens. Something happens and you sleep early. And then I know some people who, even when they're very tired, that's when it's even hard to sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know someone like, okay, go and
that
work
was
and do
my
something.
thing. Maybe it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to
But it's
say
also
that.
practice.
It's also
I think
thing.
Practicing to sleep, right?
Yeah, practicing or going for those things that help you sleep better.
yeah.
Because I know that there are sleep therapists.
Yeah, sleep habits, good sleep habits.
But you know something that helps that we take for granted? Naps.
What?
Like when this show ends, for example, if you have a long day ahead, you know you could actually go you know,
Like,
take a nap?
Where?
We have a, don't we have a hostel? Somewhere to sleep?
No, for me, naps
you can go and lie down.
Are you serious? Yes, very much, because I actually love sleeping. But then I know a lot of people that when they take that nap, okay, they will not sleep at night again. So they watch themselves, they catch themselves just to say, I don't want to not sleep at night. I know some people like that. Quite a number of them.
That happens. You
I know,
sleep
but
at the same time.
But Mary is the queen of the cat nap, man. Mary in the morning, like when we arrive and she's in the makeup room, she'll just go.
I don't even know
Madam,
how.
I've been awake
She just go.
I don't even know how she does it on the radio. That she doesn't.
Let me make you laugh. So yesterday they brought an interview for
we
you
have to go to the
Calm
news.
down. Don't make us laugh yet. Hold it.
I'll tell you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, so welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. With all the activities, ongoing activities in the garden, it's time for us to fill up and then, you know, make up for all the fat we've lost for 2 minutes plus. Today we have Chef Nathaniel of Natido Cuisine. Yay! And he's going to be preparing breakfast for us. Today's breakfast is more of street food. If you check your screen right now, you will see the menu. Tell us more about what we're having for breakfast.
So today we're having dundun with chicken and croaker fish.
Dundun being fried yam.
Yes, fried yam. So just like a basic street, but like modernized or
modernized.
That's one thing about
dundun
food
is
is that.
dundun if you like.
But instead of it just being plain, just add little chicken, fish, or just.
We're adding chicken, fish into dundun. I even thought this was for a sauce for something
and
else.
just you eat, but no.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about the ingredients. So
we have our yam slices, we have croaker fish, then chicken, then we have our bell peppers.
Okay.
Then these are spices, nutmeg, rosemary. Why this one is a like mixture of spices.
Okay.
Yeah, mixture. It has,
do you know what spices are? Okay.
It has salt, it has coriander, it has black pepper, garlic. So it's just like a
this one like this.
Mix.
Okay, I can see the black pepper.
Yeah, just like a complete mix. So I'm not using salt. I'm not using
because
so
this is making up for it.
Inside.
Okay.
Yes. So
does this have a particular name or it's just you that did the mixing?
No, it's actually for a brand.
Okay.
So it's actually a branded one. So
okay. I'm gonna find out about this one because I want to do it with salt and seasoning and all soon.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course this?
Rosemary leaf, just for garnish.
All right, so let's get started. What's the first thing we're doing?
We're starting with the chicken.
I thought we were starting with the yam. I'm hungry.
We'll do that later. So just add the spice.
Okay, the mixed spices.
Yes, mixed spice, then nutmeg.
Oh, just a little of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then rosemary.
Rosemary and chicken, beef, fantastic together.
So just mix everything together. So I think I need to pour.
Let me help you with that because of your hand. Let me know how much oil you need. Just a little. It looks like you want to pan sear, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I assume you make use of this?
No, just add little, let it spread around.
This is fine?
Yeah.
Is this fine? Or
little more.
Little
more?
It's
okay like this.
You know how they tell you to add little more? Is that third time? Everything that's pour.
Especially if you are pouring salt.
Yes.
Just mixture, just little before you make something.
You just reminded me of something I saw, like when they said Nigerians, when we want to cook, we don't measure the salt.
We just
pour it. Then when our ancestors tell us to stop, is when we stop. Okay. So the oil will heat up pretty quickly, and then, of course, we'll start pan-searing.
Yeah.
Now, when we finish pan-searing the chicken, what happens next?
Then we'll go to the croaker fish.
Are we frying it or searing it as well?
No, still the same way. So it's not like deep frying, yes.
Oh, okay.
So
but does that mean we'll debone it, or it doesn't matter? We'll do it this way?
We'll still do it the same way. I'll also season it the way I'm doing this.
Okay.
So that's just...
Well, the good part is we are making use of non-stick pan.
Yes, so
because when you make it, so it won't stick. Because if you use regular pan to fry this kind of fish, all the skin will
just
go off. Okay, so we'll start with the pan searing of the chicken, and of course the preparation will definitely continue. Chef Nathaniel of Natido Cuisine in the studio with me today, preparing breakfast. We'll take this break. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Check it out. 6,000 seconds of strength, endurance, and cardio. This is a workout that is a fitness program to emphasize the importance of healthy eating and regular exercise. Now, in response to the need to pay closer attention to combating our health disorders. Now, here to share more information about this, well, you usually see him in the garden doing the fitness routine with us, but he's here with us to talk about it, and his name is the one and only Ben Fitz. Good to see you, man.
I'm here.
What's up?
I'm good.
Yeah, so I know that you're very energetic in the garden, but things are a bit chill.
We need to
a
take
bit
it
chill
easy.
on the couch.
Fine. We're fine.
Okay, so talk to us about 6,000 seconds.
Okay, basically 6,000 sec of strength, endurance, and cardio workout. People don't know the logic.
The SEC, right?
SEC. S stands for strength,
endurance,
and cardio exercises.
Right.
So this exercise is meant to last for 100 minutes. That's 100 minutes of intense workout. So this program has been lasting for about, we started 2016, and this is the 7th edition. And so far, the results and the turn-up we've been getting has been so encouraging and motivating.
I wanted to ask about that. You know, I mean, you started back in 2016. Now it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
What has the response been so far, and what are we looking forward to this year?
To be sincere, this is one of the exercise people actually look up to, exercise events that people look up to be part of. And we started with about 800 people. Our very first edition, we have about 800. And moving forward, the second edition was about 1,000.
1,000, wow.
Gradually, now this year, from the registration we've actually had, we've had over 2,000 that have registered.
2,000 people have registered. Where's going to be the location? Where are you going to gather 2,000 people for workout? I'm just curious.
Yes, that's why we have actually a very big venue for it.
Okay.
We're using University of Lagos Sports Center. That's the main bowl.
That's big.
That's the main bowl.
So the University of Lagos Sports Center main bowl, 2,000 people are going to gather.
Over 2,000.
Over 2,000. That's amazing. Wow. Okay, so that's what, of course. So for this year, you're going to be doing things a bit differently. Tell us what you expect, apart from the fact that it's a really big venue.
Okay, in celebration of Nigeria independence, we have a lot of people coming, let me say, from around the world.
Wow, okay.
So we have a lady coming from India. She'll be taking us through some Bollywood fitness.
Very nice.
We have our own Keme here. We have a lot of fitness celebrities that will be on ground.
So fitness celebrities, fitness enthusiasts, international fitness experts as well are going to be joining us.
So
it's going to be...
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big. It looks quite interesting. Quite interesting. Are we going to have some dance? Because it's one of the things that I know people usually look forward to.
We have tracker priest, that's Ukralina. She will be there.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of dance instructors. So it's going to be challenging. It's going to be interesting. At the same time, you're going to have fun. So it's not something that you can just say, I want to stay at home and what are they doing? No, come on. It's a program everybody needs to attend.
All right, so let's do a breakdown of the S, the E, and the C. We've talked about the strength. I mean, but let's talk about the endurance. We're doing this for 100
minutes. That's 6,000 seconds.
6,000 seconds or an hour, 40 minutes.
Or hour, 40 minutes,
So endurance. So what would you advise people to do before that day and on the day itself when they're on their way to the program?
Okay, presently there is a challenge going online. It's 7 days challenge, and the challenge basically we do an exercise. We ask people to do a replicating of that exercise and post it on their platform. So that's the challenge is going on. And at the same time, if they've not been working out before, we have room for everybody, for those that have not been exercising before. That's why we have the dance section.
Yeah.
We have the dance section, we have the strength section. So it's just know your limits.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I wanted to say, because somebody's watching now and they're saying to themselves, okay, you know what, I've been thinking about starting a fitness lifestyle and all of that. So this is my opportunity, and then they just jump into 100 hours. So you need to advise them.
So my advice is basically, and let me put it this way, the room we actually make for people like that that's why we actually had their information. We ask for their medical history. We ask for if they've actually done this exercise before, if known. So we have different segments, as I've said earlier on. We have the basics, we have the intermediates, at the same time we have the advanced. So the basics are those that are just coming. like, okay, I can't call my key myself.
Exactly.
You understand? And those that have been working out, so the intermediate, but the advanced, those that have been doing it for long, they want to burn out, they want to burn as much calorie they can.
Yeah. So tell us about your plans for people that come there. You know, like you said, you know, medical history and all of that, plans for emergencies, and also for first aid and things like that. Do you have all of that in place?
Yeah. That's why one of the reasons we actually use University of Lagos, because of the security. At the same time, we make plans to actually check their medical status before we start. The vitals.
All the vitals,
All the vitals. We do the vitals. At the same time, we make plans for gift. We give them something to actually put on if they are interested. And a lot of things is actually engaged, and security 100% guarantee.
Wow, 6,000 SEC. Strength, endurance, and cardio work, and of course, Benfit International is the organizer. And well, it just looks like it's going to be very nice. So the date once again is
October 1st.
October 1st. That's next week Tuesday. Next week Tuesday, October 1st. That's when it's taking place. It's a public holiday. And what's the time?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. So very early in the morning.
7 a.m. in the morning.
So you can go back to bed later after all the endurance and all the workout. But yeah, thank you so much, Benfit, for doing this. And for giving us the opportunity to change our lives and change our lifestyle as well. All right, let's head on over to Mike and find out what's new in the world of tech.
All right, thank you very much, Yemi. Now, we've been talking about how to make ads on social media that makes sales. You know, we're on a series. And today, I still have Ken Dubisi in the house talking about that with me. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right, so today we're talking about 5 requirements or 5 requirements for ads that make sales.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Good. 5 requirements for ads that make sales.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ken. So we've been talking so far about ads and how important they are when it comes to small and medium scale enterprises and businesses and how they can use it effectively, right? So now we're talking about 5 ways how to know what you need to know about ads that make sales, right? Okay, so let's go straight up. Number 1.
So I'm going to list the 5 basic requirements that you need to actually run ads. So the first thing you need is you need to set up your social media pages correctly. You need your social media pages and or websites. So the reason why I listed the 2 of them is because you need somewhere to run your ads from, and then you also need somewhere to direct traffic to. So if people want to buy something from you, there needs to be a place where they can order stuff from.
Always order.
Right?
So you need to set those places right. What does it mean to set them right?
So it means to have the correct description. You need to have the right description, the right image, the right bio. Everything needs to be on point so that when someone visits those pages or your website, they don't like go up and down, start looking for what to do, right? They already know what you've programmed it to do.
Okay, so it's precise, straight to the point. It should be. So set up your social media pages first, or have a website.
All
right, good. All right. So what next?
Then the next thing you need to do is you need to have an ad account. So the ad account is where all the technicalities happen. Is where everything happens in the back end, your targeting and stuff. You need to also have that set up, right? And that also follows up, meaning that you need to have a payment method, right? So you need to have a way to actually pay for the adverts. If you're paying for it with cash, the platforms require you to have like a card, so your debit card or your credit card. You need to have a card to actually make payments. And then after that, the next requirement is for you to have an audience. Now, this is a place that many people make mistakes. They don't set up their audiences at the start, right?
So you see things like general audience or something. I can't remember the term now, but automatic.
Yes.
There's something called automatic where they just tell you, okay, we'll just put it to people that might. Yeah, are you saying that it's not so wise to use automatic audience?
So you're not meant to set it on automatic. You're meant to actually you're meant to edit it and make it in such a way that you are the one that's actually going to set the audiences in the right way. If you use automatic, you're just going to blow your
so
mind,
let's give an instance. Let's say we have a cookie for a catering service, right? What kind of audience, if you were to run an ad for a catering service, what kind of audience would you set?
Okay, so I'll first of all start by going ahead to look for interest, people that are currently interested in things that have to do with cooking. Right? So there are a lot of cooking pages that have very large audiences. That's where I'll start from, right? So I'll set up my audiences based on targeting people that have visited those cooking pages or cooking websites, or people that read cookery books or cookery journals. That's where I'm going to start off from.
That's where you should start off.
Yes, so that's a good start.
General interest. I know I've seen that a lot. Check for general interest relating to what you are selling or whatever business you are in. Okay, all right. So what next?
And then after that, you need to have, the creative, right? So the creative is the text, the pictures, the videos that you want to use for the advert. Now, you need to make sure that these things, you don't want them to shout like, I'm trying to advertise something, right? You need to make it subtle so that people don't know that you're trying to sell to them. Because if people think that you're trying to sell to them, instantly they're going to be turned off and they're going to click away. They're going to scroll past whatever you have to sell.
So you have to find a way to be creative. You have to find a way to relate with them, something
exactly.
they would want. Okay, but now, there has been that debate between text and videos, or pictures and videos. Some people tell that, okay, look, because of how we are here, it's better to use pictures, because videos, some people might not want to play a whole video. It might take too much time to load data and all that. What do you say about that? If you want to advertise, pictures versus videos?
Okay, so the both of them actually have the places that they work best, but based on the platforms encourage you to do video more, right? You know, most of these platforms don't really have us in mind when they're setting up this stuff. But videos actually work best, and then there are a lot of tools that they give you to support you if you're creating content that is geared towards video. And they also recommend that you don't make videos that are too long. That's why you see them recommend things like 30-second video or 60-second video. The goal is to be able to capture attention in as little time as possible. And
so
keep it
sharp and straight to the point.
Yes.
So you're saying that you could still go for videos. Videos give you quite a lot. But let's talk about over here. Yes, you said it, that they're not made for us like that. It's not special. But when you have a case whereby people are very careful about how their data goes and all that, wouldn't pictures be more like, a picture will take less time and you take less data?
Okay, so what I would recommend in that case, looking at the sweet spot between pictures and videos, we have animations, right? So using animations consume less data than videos actually consume.
Probably GIFs or something like that.
GIFs, yes. Moving images, you can just couple most of them together, 5 seconds or 6 seconds, and you're done.
Okay, so the final thing. What's the final? Is that all? All the five? We don't all the five. Okay, so these are the things that you need to put in mind before you run an ad.
Exactly.
And then if you need to have somebody to run the ad, can you trust somebody to do all of this? Give it up to somebody to do all of this.
You can give somebody some parts, like you can give them access to your ad account, but then you need to have created the Facebook page already. But then you also need to have an idea of who your audience is, right? So you need to have an idea who your audience is, so you help them. Remember, if you're having someone do this for you, you're essentially helping them to actually get results for you. You're not just saying, okay, here's my stuff, just go and work magic, right? You're actually going to help them in the process so that whatever they're doing is going to actually get results for your business.
Thank you very much, Ken. That was quite insightful. I will take care. There are times I left it on automatic, but now I would ensure that it's never there. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you so much.
That's all. We'll end our series on ads next week. You'd want to be a part of that. We'll take a break now. Not going away. We'll be back with our Facebook chat of the day.
Welcome back. Now, Honorable Segun Olulade worked in the banking industry for a while, driven by his passion for environmental preservation, led him to volunteer for many environmental projects. Now, he's also an economist, waste management expert, and an author. And he's here to tell us about this book, In Linear Perspectives, Thoughts of Honorable Segun Olulade. And of course, the foreword is written by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Is joining us this morning. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time to join us. All right, so let's just get straight to it. Linear perspectives. People are seeing this book and they're wondering, what does a linear mean? You know, before we go into the various perspectives that we have in this book.
Well, it's my nickname, and he's a man of the people. That's just the brief introduction of who a linear is.
Yes, and of course, when people see you online, you know, whether on Twitter, on Facebook, the responses is always, it looks like you always target young people in your conversations. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of their responses to you as well. Now, this book, I went through it, it's a collection of articles and thoughts over a period of 4 years.
Yeah.
Why did you think it was important for you to put all those thoughts together in a book?
Well, I've seen people who have served a different cadre in public service. And at the end of the day, especially now, we don't get to know anything about their thoughts, about what happened within that sphere of service. And aside from that, lately, you will recall that there is this very unfriendly policy of government then that says that history have to be removed from the curriculum of our education. And I felt, and you interact, for me, I interact a lot with the youth. So when you interact with people of that age bracket, and you find out that they don't even know their recent history. June 12, some of them did not even know about MK or Abiola or what it stands for. So I felt that we must start doing something about our recent history. And there's a lot of things that I discuss in this book that are of recent history, and that's why I just started it between 2015 and 2019. You know, I served between 2011 and 2019, but I felt I should just concentrate on 2015 to 2019 so that people can understand my perceptions of different issues
during that period. Yeah. Now, of course, the foreword is written by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it was quite instructive in many ways. You know, he talked about leadership, which is one of the things that I think you've also pointed out at several points. Several of the articles that you've written in the book are about leadership. You focus a lot on Yoruba race, which we'll talk about a little bit. But a lot of people see Asiwaju as your political mentor. So talk to us about that relationship.
Well, I will say Asiwaju made me to go into the legislative arm of government. Back then, when he was the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the 90s, and you see him and Okadigbo, they are the forefront. They are people that you just listen to what they have to say. And as a young chap then, I was looking up to him. And that was why I was one of the first few people that started the campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the governor of Lagos State back then in 1998. And on the day of my book launch, our leader, the current Minister of Interior, also re-echoed that I was very young, but I'm one of the few young Nigerians that believe in the leadership of Asiwaju and ensure that he becomes the governor of Lagos State. We don't have money, but we have something to offer. So whatever thing you have to offer at every given time, you should be able to put it on the table. And that is what has happened. By 1999, I was invited to his office to come and pay him a courtesy visit. And you can understand a young chap back then in 1999, and it's in view of what I have been able to contribute as my own quota to see that a great leader like Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu becomes the governor of Lagos State. And since then, it's like a father and son now.
Wow. So, I mean, several of your articles, I mean, over the years, even your comments on social media have courted controversy because people will then be saying, oh, I disagree with you. And sometimes, you would engage them online. And this is one of the things that you said, you always engage young people.
Young people,
because
yes. I also have a foundation. I have Eleni Okes Foundation. It's targeted at the young people for leadership. And we've been able to train a lot of them both within the country and outside the country.
So, and you've never been afraid to talk about what, I mean, you call it perspectives. So, I mean, these are your opinions. And some of them, they would not be popular opinions, but you take it anyway. For instance, there was something that you said, yes, Mr. President can go slow, which is the chapter on page 60, which at the time people were like, look, Nigerians are suffering. We don't like the way the government is moving. It had just started at the time and all of that. And it just seemed like things were slow. But you just felt, look, it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Also, I wrote an apology to Jonathan.
Yes, I saw that as well.
It's also, but because I was one of at the forefront of those who are criticizing Jonathan before the emergence of Muhammadu Buhari. And when the president came in and 30 months after, there are things I still feel should happen and it's not happening. And I have to tell them and I apologize. I now realize that it's not about individuals that are in office, but how can we strengthen our institutions, that whosoever comes in will function smoothly without necessarily engaging in some of those things that we see today.
And it's one of the challenges of leadership because, you know, from the outside, you see things differently.
But when you are in there, you discover that, no, that's not what...
Exactly, you discover that it's not just about one man.
Yes, it's about everybody. And when we talk about corruption, we talk about so many things in this country, and you just figure out, is Mr. President, I have to do this, or the governor of the state, we have to do that. But when you look at it critically, it's not just about that one man. Once we are able to institutionalize our policies, it will make it easier for whoever is there, and we can now run a smooth government.
Wow, thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning and to talk about this book.
And you said something that I spoke only about. I wrote about Biafra also.
Yes, you did.
I said before another Biafra. It's something that everybody... I wrote about drug abuse from the teenage aspects, that they should also ensure that they do not engage in drug abuse.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning and talking about this book. Now, the book is A Linear Perspective. It's a very interesting read. His thoughts for about 4 years all put in a book, and some of them are controversial. You might not agree with him, but I'm sure that you will find something to agree with in the book. We're heading over to the kitchen now, where Mary is on standby with Chef Nathaniel.
Thank you very much, Yomi. So Chef Nathaniel is giving us his perspective of dundun, and that's what we are having this morning. Fried yam, in case that word is strange to you, that's fried yam. So we have our chicken ready.
Yes, and
so
our
pan-seared,
fish,
right?
yes.
And yes, the fish as well has been fried. It's time for us to get on with the yams now. So you season the yams, right?
Yes, just a bit so it will have...
What did you season it with?
Just with the season that we used for the chicken and the croaker
so the
fish.
mixed spices,
yes, the mixed spices, rosemary and nutmeg.
And nutmeg.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Is there a reason you are putting it on the side that way?
No, just filling off. So that's just...
man. So we're going to let this fry for how long? You know, it's very tricky. Sometimes you fry yam, potatoes and stuff, and the outside tasty, crunchy.
But the inside,
doesn't... is still quite chewy. Let's use that.
I think some reason is because of the size.
Okay.
Like, that's why many times, aside those who sell on the street, they make it very thin.
We always believe that the reason they cut it so thin is because they want to
make money. It's not necessarily so. At times,
they should sell it according to how they cut it now. You see some yams like robo,
and some
sold
just
for like what, 15 naira, and you're like, calm down now.
There are even some that this akara. This very big now. It's not those 13 akara.
Those akara, by the time you press it like this, the air that comes out of it.
Yes, that's another thing.
How do they make it
just
go up
air,
like that?
That's
just air.
They need to be cautioned. So by the time this is done, that will be the last thing. So just the flipping
top.
top.
Each side, you leave it for like how many minutes?
Just basically like 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll turn it off. Right?
Yes, periodically until you get the desired. It depends. There are some people that they like their yam crunchy.
Okay.
While some they don't like it crunchy. So it depends on your personal taste.
What causes the bitter taste sometimes?
In yam.
In yam.
It could be the type of yam.
Okay.
There are some yam that I think whether new yam or can't really remember, but there's some yam that is very tasty, and some if it's getting to spoil, like it has been there for so long and now to fry it now as yes, it has this kind of bitter taste.
The ingredients are currently on your screen. This morning we're making fried yam with croaker fish and chicken. It's a street palette, so to speak, and I can't wait to dig in. All I've been waiting for is the yam to be fried so I can have my breakfast. Chef Nathaniel of Natido Cuisine is our chef for today. You see the trick to frying yam, just so it's well cooked. That's what it's showing us.
Yeah.
So you have to keep turning it. I always thought when you put it in, if you keep turning it, it's going to get oily.
Well, there was one picture that I saw that answers this sort of question.
Okay.
Like, it's two different pictures. It's like when you are looking at the plantain that you are frying, it doesn't change anything. But when you now turn away,
yes,
I just look at it, everything has been born. So that is another thing.
That happens a lot.
It happens
and
a
I found
lot.
out something. When you're frying plantain, the moment you turn it, just be ready to take it off.
Yes, because it should
because it starts
getting burnt immediately.
Immediately. Okay then, we'll continue with this. You can see our breakfast is almost ready. In case you're wondering what we're doing with the bell peppers, they're just for garnishing, so there's really nothing much regarding them, all right? So that's it. It's a wrap on the second hour. We have one more hour to go before it's really over. Well, 45 minutes basically. Stay with us as Wake Up Nigeria.
A great morning to you. I must say, as we begin the final hour of the show, 2 hours has gone by already. And it's been a great Thursday already as we get ready for the weekend.
There's one thing we can promise you. Now, this is the best 3 hours of great TV as an experience that we have to offer.
We aim to please. We aim to please.
Yes, we do. We take delight in doing this every single day of the work week, yeah? And of course, well, this smile, yeah, every morning, if you want to see it, you know, just like tune in, like really. Okay, it's not just about my smile. It's about also finding your smile before you start your day. My name is Titilayo Onyesa.
And I'm Yemi Okwe. We can, of course, you can watch us live right now online at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook as well at TVC Connect.
Please send in those comments. Use our hashtag. Use it anyhow. Just use it. The hashtag is Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Yeah, the TVC app is also available on both the Android and iOS stores. This app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world.
Yes, indeed. Still to come, we have another amazing book to talk about. Another author is in the building, Mr. Gbenga Obaki. Now, he's going to be talking about this book, and it says perfect teens do not exist, or do exist. We're not sure. Do exist, do not. Well, we're not sure yet. Let's find out what he means.
My teen is perfect. That's what some mothers say, and then they fight you. Oh,
well, we'll find out.
Have you seen where a mother takes their child to school to fight the teacher?
That's a story we have to continue another time. We have actor Eloho Festus Ogbenro also stepping into the building. Started her career quite early, and we'll be finding out about how she did that. And being part of TV is also really interesting since she plays very diverse characters. We'll be seeing her soon.
Very interesting.
I was
asking that, has your mother or father ever taken you to school? Like, to go and fight?
Did your parents ever do that?
To go and fight somebody?
Yes, or somebody,
like either a bully, maybe somebody bullied you from a higher class, or a teacher slapped you. And,
a teacher
slapped you and you went back home with a mark on your body.
Yeah.
Okay, no mark on the body. But even those days, you cannot go back. It's now that you can go back.
Yeah.
Because teacher, even students who beat you cannot even say the teacher. Teacher's like God now. Teacher
So you wouldn't even tell your parents.
So your parents will ask you, what did you do wrong?
Exactly.
They will even add to your beating self.
It really depends on the parents. So it depends on the parents. It depends on the parents.
Way back, forget it. So if a parent should go way back to school, you could be in more problem.
Well, you never know.
Way back, not now. Now things have changed.
Unless it's a visible mark or something got broken.
No matter how visible it is, you will nurse it. They will help you nurse it. Life goes on.
That was back in the day. Not anymore, though. Not anymore.
What?
Welcome back. Now it's about time for us to take our second book for the day. A really interesting one. We have Mr. Gbenga Obaki, who works as a financial crime consultant in the UK. Now, he's passionate about youth mentoring and coaching, and it comes from his background having strict parents, apparently. It's right there at the back of the book. The name of the book, or title of the book, is Perfect Teens Do Not Exist. So that is the question. Welcome, Mr. Gbenga.
Thank you very much.
So do perfect teens indeed exist or not?
That's a pregnant question.
Okay.
Yeah, the title is quite pregnant in the sense that, there's no perfect teenager really.
Okay.
But when we refer to a perfect teen, it means that you're focused as well as you're trying to explore life as a teenager, because it's definitely you have to explore life as a teenager, except...
So are you trying to say that to be a perfect teen is not to be perfect?
It's not to be perfect.
Beautiful.
Because I keep referring that from my own background.
Yeah.
My parents were teachers, very strict, but it didn't disturb me from exploring life as a youth. I had my own share of fun. But the most important thing is I was focused. I was dreaming about the future, and that's helped me a lot.
All right, so I don't really hear about teenagers dreaming these days. I hear about things like what you have in your table of contents here: peer pressure, addiction, drugs, so many other things that affect teenagers down the line. Substance abuse is a big deal these days. When it comes to parents being on top of it all, there's probably a parent or two watching right now who has a teenager that's probably driving them crazy. Yeah. What is it that they're doing wrong?
See, from my work with the youth, I think the problem they have with parents is they think parents are overprotective. Okay. That parents want to dictate their lives. There's a slogan they use, I want to live my life. But the thing I tell them is, your parents have been in the same shoes, but the thing is, the way parents infer this message to the youth, that's what matters. I mean, for you to get a message across to your child, a teenager, to understand you that don't do this, do that, first of all, you need to be his or her friend. I mean, you need to make him relax. It's not like when he gets it wrong, you just like, oh, I knew you were going to get it wrong. I mean, they need encouragement. They need to believe in the parents. If they don't believe in you, they won't even talk to you. You won't even know what they're going through. You won't know whether they're facing peer pressure or not. Yeah.
All right. So now, this particular book, Perfect Teens Do Not Exist. Now, do you consider it an instruction manual, or is it just you expressing yourself on the issue?
It's like a guide.
It's a guide.
It's a guide. It's not, like I said in the book, I'm not trying to preach a sermon here. I'm just trying to, reality of life, based on my experience and experience of people around me, I'm able to put this together. So it's not like, I'm not condemning youth, neither am I castigating anybody that, oh, you're getting it wrong. People are meant to make mistakes, especially at the teenage level. But we can't blame a teenager for making mistakes. It's how to put them on the right path. And that's what I'm trying to do, And dealing with youth over time, I was like, okay, let me see. I can reach out to more people. Yeah. And that was why I decided to put it in black and white.
I love the fact that you did put it in black and white, and we have made reference to the fact that parents were once teenagers. But now the things affecting teenagers are a lot different from what affected teenagers in our parents' days, let's put it that way. So from your table of contents here, if I can see, there are things such as internet and the right, good internet and the right attitude. Now, the internet wasn't really in existence when our parents were young. Drugs, alcohol addiction existed, but they weren't as rampant. So dealing with these issues with teenagers must be different right now. So where did you get your template from?
Yeah, well, from my own era, while I was growing up, late 70s, early 80s, there was peer pressure. Especially when I was in secondary school, university as a teenager, there was a lot of peer pressure. And that's one of the things that helped me to put down this. Okay, like the internet wasn't around then. It came at the later part. But the thing is, internet has only made it worse, But, I mean, I'll give you an example. While I was in secondary school, after the school, we go for extramural lessons. Our friend, we wear mufti, outside uniform. And we had friends that their siblings were abroad. Then they send them clothes. I can remember our friends wearing Timberland boots. We were all looking at, we all wanted to wear this. And that's where that pressure was there, you know. I had the black jeans, one, you know. But what matters, what made me go through it all, I mean, to get out of it, was that I had this confidence that wearing a Timberland boot doesn't make you to be better than me.
You know, this particular conversation is one that needs to continue, but we can't continue right now. I wish we could. We have to head on with the show, but I would love for people to tell us what they think about our discussion so far on the title of this particular book. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Gbenga Obakin, for this one. Perfect teams do not exist. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Let's let him know what you think. And now we have to head over to the garden right now. Mike is on standby.
It's a very sunny Thursday morning, and yeah, wonderful time to be outside and catch the sun. Welcome to our art display. You know how we do this every Thursday, and today we've got a wonderful guy in the house, a visual artist, Blessing. Hello, Blessing. How are you doing?
Hi.
Good morning. You're welcome. And now, something quite interesting about Blessing's story. Before we go and look at the art pieces, you studied fine arts.
Yes.
And you see, there are a number of things I wanted to do growing up, right? But I didn't get as much support from my parents to do those things because we always wanted to go and do or study courses that will get into occupations that will probably make you money. So, but you were telling a story of how you wanted to, you had the affinity for painting and drawing and all of that, and it seemed like your parents supported you.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
Well, when I was young,
when
I found myself to be an artist, then I used to take a sheet of paper and pencil to draw. But there are times that mommy would just come to me and tear the paper away along the line. So I'll be crying that, why? So later on again, I found myself in this secondary school of 18. I was the only person that studied fine art there. Okay. So, like as a course, just in my secondary school. So along the line again, got into this JAM center and said I want to register for JAM. I found myself choosing fine arts as a course. So when I got home, I told my daddy that, Daddy, it is fine art. You this guy. So eventually you understand. But I thought there was no choice.
So it had to be fine art. And well, that's it. So let's talk about. We have 5 art pieces here. Wonderful. And it's only women I'm seeing. Why you don't use no paint, man? Why painting only women?
Well,
okay. Why only women? Why
this is it. I found that women are somehow godly. Some women are godly, and there's this connection within every man, most especially to women. Even though women to women, there's this connection, then men to women. So I found out many things about them.
Okay, wonderful. Godly too, oh my Blessing. All right, so Blessing, let's talk about this. So what is this titled?
Well, the title of this work is Blue Mind.
Blue Mind. Why Blue Mind? What's about it?
Yeah, let me say the color usage, firstly, and the model herself. There was something that connected me with the model.
Okay.
So the connectivity between I and the model.
Connectivity?
Yeah.
Not like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, interconnectivity.
You know when you have a muse now, there should be this connectivity between the two of you before you can achieve the whole work.
Did she stand for you to paint her, or how were you able to?
No, I have a picture. I snapped her.
You snapped her.
So then going to my studio, then I painted.
Does she know that this is ready?
No.
Okay, so if you're out there and this guy, you saw Blessing someday and he snapped you, this is your picture, Blue Mind. Okay, so let's go to this one.
Well, this is self-taught.
Self-taught, right?
Yes, self-taught.
Okay, so what's the idea behind self-taught?
Well, the idea behind it is about you alone as a person. You have this thinking on yourself, about yourself. No one else knows what you are thinking.
Okay.
So the color usage and the expression of the face talked about how this particular model is feeling, which no one else knows about it. So it is self-taught. Only you go and meet her that, okay, what are you thinking? What's on your mind? Okay. So she's going to tell you, but without that, you won't know.
Okay, so let's mention these three at the same time. What's this one title? What's this one? What's that one?
Okay, this one title is Tinuade.
Tinuade?
Tinuade.
Okay, what's this one?
This one is Aesthetic.
Okay, Aesthetics, and
Yes.
that one?
This is Muse.
Okay, so first, what's the inspiration behind them?
Well, the inspiration behind them is all about me finding this beautiful lady,
okay,
and telling a story from it.
Okay, wonderful. Now, something I see about your style, I see these brushes and all that. So it's not a uniform color. That's what I can see. But I can see, what style of painting is this?
Well, this is an expressive art piece.
Expressive art
yes,
piece,
it is expressive.
Okay, so that's what gives you the different colors and all of that, eh?
Yes, because I decide the color to use.
Okay.
And I decide the way I want my brush to go. So from the ear now, you can see there are small brushes and there are big brushes.
Okay.
You understand? And the colors, this is not an woman's skin color, this thing, not realism.
Not, yes, it's not realism.
Yes,
okay.
not realism. So it is my own expression.
Okay.
You understand? This is the way I can express it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So,
thank you. All right, wonderful. Thank you very much. Here's wishing you all the best. Beautiful artworks, by the way. Nice one, Blessing. All the best.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Blessing, and of course, we're here with this wonderful artworks. That's all we can take on our art exhibition for today. We'll take a breather and return for the rest of the show.
Now, welcome back. Of course, we usually have the greatest of people as our final guests on the show. Now, earlier on, we talked to you about this actress that has been, we also had a clip about her. And if possible, let's take a look at that clip as we get ready to interview her right now.
It's still morning.
So, it's almost noon, actually.
So?
It means you have more than enough time to go to the market and still make him something to eat this evening.
What time do I have to make fresh food every day? I mean...
Now, her name is Eloho Festus Ogbero, who started her acting career at a tender age of about 7 or 8 before moving on to television series playing diverse characters. Now, she's always also featured in TV series Festac Town, Husbands of Lagos, and movies like Chasing Rainbow, Happy Birthday Dad, For My Girls, and many, many more. She's joining us this morning. So, good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Wow, you look very gentle, very cool and calm, like you're not looking for trouble. You're laughing because you know that you're the opposite, right? So
Not
how's
really,
it
I'm
going?
a gentle person.
So you started out at a very early age, and so I'm sure you were encouraged by your parents.
Well, early like that. I had the passion for acting when I was 7. So, with my background, like, you know, where I came from, there's nothing like support or anything. All I do is I just make people laugh in my neighborhood, like, evening when everybody's gathered, that just do stuff. I mean, make people a lot. So, and then I feel like, oh, this is what I want to do. And so when I was 15, that was when I got into, act like I really want to pursue this thing. My mom didn't support me at first.
So what were the things that she would say to you that I want you to do something else?
Oh, when you stay in, these face you areas, everybody have their own opinion about everybody. So some people will go to her and say, oh, now show people they act film, this are your picky one go act film, and then she'll come like, I used to now show people they act film, so go.
And you were still pretty young at this time. You were
I
a
was
teenager.
about 15.
Yeah.
Yes, I was sit there like, mommy, now it's not want to be this and I would want. Like every woman has shower, so I should go like, So I kept on going, and I joined the theater group, named DLTP back then. Yeah, so we do more of stage plays. I do short dramas and there and then.
But those live dramas, typically I hear that they give you a lot of energy so that when you eventually get to TV, you're a better actor. Is that true?
That's true, 100% true, because they get to teach you a whole lot of things that the screen cannot teach you. You get, because the body movement, the facial expression, how to add to your face.
Yeah.
Like even if when you're not speaking, your face alone can make somebody understand what you're saying. You know, the blind can watch you, the deaf can watch you. They teach you all these things.
Right.
So I learned most of my acting, you know, there. I was pretty good, even though I started training myself from, you know,
from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning, and standing in front of my mirror, and you know that I got a whole lot from joining the theatre group too.
So tell us about some of your big projects, your biggest project, because sometimes there are some defining moments in the life of an actor.
Oh, yes.
So tell us about some of those defining moments that you knew that when you got this role, it was going to be a turning point for you.
Oh, that's Osinbajo of Lagos. You know, like, if I let me not say I was giving up, I already gave up acting, because when I had my daughter here, so I had to spread my wings, do something for her. I was just me, a single mom, so I had to do something for her. Then I just spread my wings. I started dancing because acting was not bringing the money that I needed at that time, yeah. So I started dancing, go for shows, road shows, activation jobs, and then once walk up past inside musical videos, and then
so just as many things
everywhere,
as possible,
and then finally I found myself at Fela Shrine, where I danced for Fem Kuti for a while, you know, and then I left. I was just in my house one night, and I was just thinking like, okay, what's the next step of action? What's going to give me money? And then I got the call for Osinbajo of Lagos. I have to be there the next day. And everywhere was so dry. When I said dry, there was no money. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get myself down there.
To that location there.
But it happened. I spoke to my sister, and then she just did whatever she could do.
And then you got Husbands of Lagos, and then that was like a turning point.
Yeah,
for you,
that was how
after that,
came to life.
a lot of other roles there.
The other roles kept coming in. Like I saw her, the role I saw her in Husbands of Lagos was actually my big break. People started knowing more of a lot of
this is a Sohe girl. She can really act. And you're talking about your facial expression and your energy, everything that you were bringing to the screen.
Yeah. So, like even when I started to watch it, I was amazed. I couldn't believe that I was the one doing that. You know, sometimes you don't know how far you can go until you see yourself there. So, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm doing good.
That's really, really good. So what's next for well, I wanted to say I saw here, but I know that that's what we know you as from TV.
Right,
but what's next for you, Ella? What's you're looking forward to 2020 and beyond?
Well, I'm looking forward to, you know, many more opportunities. Because I feel like people have not seen me enough. People have not seen what I can do. I want to put myself out there and make people see that it's not only a Sohe. It's not only the great things I can do. There is more to a lot of festivals. There's more I can offer, you know, in the movie industry and probably in the industry as a whole. So I really want to put myself out there.
Yeah. We're going to be looking out for you on the screen. I'm sure that there's a lot of our guys who are rooting for you as well. And the people in the kitchen are also waiting to see you as well. So I'm going to be taking you there and doing some introductions. Please join us.
All right, thank you.
This way, please.
All right.
Hey guys, this is Ella Festus.
Hey, welcome.
Hollywood actress.
All right, so you're welcome to the kitchen. Today's chef is Chef Nathaniel of Natido Cuisine, and he's made us this fantastic breakfast. You won't believe what it is when he tells you what it is.
Talk to us,
So
Nathaniel.
this is actually dundun with chicken and croaker fish.
Oh,
just basically fried chicken.
Yeah,
so this is chicken and
this one looks sexy.
It's all the extra pizzazz.
Like, he's looking sexy, go.
So
so look how colorful it is.
Very nice, Chef Nathaniel. Good
we
job.
always trust Natido Cuisine to come through. Always.
So he calls this street food, right?
Yeah,
just food. Basically.
That's what I was telling you, that our street food has, when Nancy was talking about
street food has levels.
I said street food. Okay, so we're grateful. Please. Have a taste, please.
Start from anywhere.
It's just too sexy.
You don't want to spoil it,
It
looks so good.
This one is roadside food. It's not.
But how good? You have to destroy it now.
We've taken pictures of it, yeah?
Yeah, let's
fantastic.
start from the fish.
Okay, so while she's contemplating where to start, we have to say our thank yous. A big thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
Yeah, of course, all our friends that joined us on the show today. We had 2 book chats.
Yes, so.
And it was very nice, quite interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Books and encounters as well. Hello, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, yes.
And Chef Nathaniel, well done.
Always.
Did you like
Good job.
So tomorrow is Friday.
As long as it's
Am
fish,
I right?
I like it. It's really nice.
And of course, every Friday is game day.
Yeah, she has to always, put
Just
that
in case I've lost my voice tomorrow and I can't do it, I had to do it today, But we're going to be here 6 a.m.
Yeah.
6 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Bye.